how's your body feel right now? And how many plays, if they asked you to play 90 plays on Saturday, would you be able to do that?
Absolutely. You know, it's November. Nobody feels 100% at this point in time, but it's all about competing and persevering and, you know, pushing your body to the limit. You know, getting in the treatment room, taking care of your body, you know, and just playing to your best ability.
Coach Harbaugh said you're a good running back, and maybe you'll see more action there. How'd you feel about that?
Whatever's best for the team. That's my approach to it. That's a great compliment coming from him. You know, I just try to use my vision, use the blocks, use the scheme, keep that in mind, and just let my instincts take over.
If you could only play one spot, what would it be?
That's a tough question. I don't know. I can't really answer that question for you.
For you, I mean, a lot of people say when they come to Michigan, this rivalry game is a big thing for them in that decision to come. This being your first participation in that game, what's your excitement level like?
I'm very excited. You know, when you come to Michigan, this is Michigan State and Ohio State. You know, those are the big games in your schedule, and you know, historically and traditionally. You know, so but we definitely taking it the same approach as we did last week and the week before. You know, the biggest game is the next game, and this happens to be the next game now. It's Ohio State, so you know it adds that little extra oomph. And you know, if you have any ounce of competitive blood in your spirit, you know you get roused at a game like this. You know, they have a lot of players and a lot of great competitors, and so do we. So you know, we're just looking forward to it. You know, it's gonna be a dogfight, and you know, just can't wait for it.
Jabrill, you said you grew up rooting for Michigan. Was there a moment, remember in this series, this rivalry, that you knew that you wanted to play in this game?
I was too young when it happened, but you know, when you're a fan, you like to do your research and your history, you look up videos, and you know, it was when Charles Woodson, you know, he had the punt return, he had a catch, and he had a pick in the back of the end zone. And after the game, I just seen him with the rose in his mouth, walking off and smiling. So, you know, that was a big moment, I guess, that, you know, made me want to come here, you know, and try to do the same thing, had the same feeling.
Did you see the tweet that he put out there with you and him on the same field?
A while ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see it.
What did you think of that?
It was pretty cool. Very heartwarming.
Have you had a chance to talk to him at all?
Since then?
Yeah.
But not too in depth, you know, just things he thinks I should get better at, and, you know, little pointers here and there.
Jabrill, I mean, and I mentioned this to Jared, we're talking about Ohio State now. I mean, how fast it seems like you guys just got out of a submarine not too long ago. How fast is this season?
Season, you know, compared to camp, you know, the season definitely flew by. But you know, hey man, you just gotta love it. You just gotta enjoy it. You know, take the great moments, take the bad moments, and you know, just keep pushing, keep getting better.
When you think about just the anticipation of this weekend, and it is a big weekend for you guys, and how far you guys have come, have you guys talked about that? I mean, you're staring down a 10-win regular season.
We just take it one game at a time. You know, we take care of what we have to take care of. Everything will take care of itself. You know, so that's how we look at it. You know, there's no pressure when you're prepared. You know, we're prepared for this. You know, we've been through adversity. You know, we know how to face adversity. And, you know, we have a lot of great competitors. They have a lot of great competitors. So it's going to be a great game. I can't wait.
Do you know the history behind Jim Harbaugh's guarantee in 1986?
I read something about it, but I don't know the full story, no.
Okay. So you haven't seen the video of him flat out guaranteeing?
No, I haven't seen that. That sounds like something he would definitely do, though.
Does it sound like something that one of his players would do, or do you know better?
No. We wouldn't, you know, go as far as just to guarantee anything. But what we can guarantee is that, you know, you're going to see a defense flying around like maniacs. You're going to see a lot of tenacious and hungry guys on the offense. And you're going to see guys with their hair on fire on special teams, you know, because, you know, this game, you know, makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up, and you want to play to your best potential in any game, but most definitely this game in a big house, you know, it can't get any better than that.
How much do you want to win for the seniors?
I want to win it so bad, and I'm going to do whatever I can, play as many positions as I can, take as many snaps as I can, as all of us. All of us feel the same way. You know, send these guys off right and, you know, put an exclamation mark on the season. You know, and anything could happen, you know, but we're just taking it one thing at a time, controlling the controllables, and let the pieces fall where they may.
Harbaugh mentioned that you'd played during the conference call today, rattled off 8 positions. Is that surprising? I mean, do we look back from right now to the start of the season, did you think you would end up playing 8 different positions?
You know, they alluded to using me in various ways, but as far as many positions, you know, I just think of it as offensive skill positions and defensive skill positions. Those are the only positions I know. You know, whether it's running back, slot, you know, they basically all are the same thing in their own kind of way. You know, so I guess you guys do a great job of breaking it down, you know, and then actually like putting out how many positions that I played, but I just think of it as, offensive skill guy, defensive skill guy, special team skill guy. So that's how I look at it.